Hello, Joella.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. Do you like the sofas?
I love the sofa. I can't remember the last time I've sat on something like this. It might have been 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
10 years ago. 10 years ago
10
it was.
years? Mine was more like 20.
When I was so young.
Yeah, I was
10 years ago.
10 years ago I was 10, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I really want to bounce.
Yeah.
But I don't want to break it.
Just try and pop it. You definitely won't.
Have you bounced on it properly?
No. Okay. I feel like that might test
I would
the limits.
love to. At the end of the season, have a party, have a little soiree, and then we can
see what it takes to pop the sofa.
Yeah, we could test it. I'm one of those people, when I go to the supermarket or something and I see a loaf of bread, I kind of just want to do that.
Squish it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't, but I want to.
Squish the loaf of bread.
You're going to go to your local Tesco's and just see loads of
squished bread. I was like, I don't know where Joella's
yeah.
going. You can see the squished bread.
Exactly.
I get that with cartons and yogurts and stuff.
Is it?
I just like to step on a yogurt and it goes everywhere.
Have you done that before?
No. But
that idea sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds quite fun. Have you ever done the thing, we did this at uni, I don't know why, where you've got the big bottles of Coke and you put a mint in it or something and it goes explodes?
I've never done that, but I've definitely seen it.
We did it at uni when we thought it was going to be some massive explosion, a big moment. It would kind of just went in the air a little bit.
Did you shake the bottle of Coke?
I think you have to, and then you put a Mentos mint in it.
I'm saying it like I've done it before. Did you shake? You probably didn't shake it enough.
Do you remember the cinnamon challenge back in the day?
Oh yeah, when people would just
they would back a
tablespoon
of cinnamon, and then you'd try and swallow it, but something happened in your throat, and then it would come back up, and they try and hold it in for as long as possible, and in the end they do
it's powdered cinnamon.
And then for ages they're trying to put water down them, and they can't.
I kind of want to do that, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if I tried that one. There was another challenge that I think I did try, but I can't remember which one that was.
Was it a hot spicy kind of one, or?
It might have been. There was around that time. There was so many challenges. It was the plank was one.
Oh yeah, where you can plank.
Do you remember my most embarrassing one was the mannequin challenge?
Oh,
do you remember to the Ray Shremmerd song?
Yeah. Well, why was that embarrassing?
Because everyone started doing it, and I was in Libertine once. On a night out in London, and they played it, and the whole club froze. And my friend still has the video on his Snapchat now.
Oh my God,
of us doing the mannequin challenge, and it's just us and with that, and it's the most cringe video I've ever seen, because you can see us moving a little bit because we're obviously been drinking.
But people got real creative with that.
Do you remember when Hillary Clinton did it on a private jet?
Oh yeah,
because she was in the running for the presidency, and all her and her people were on a jet doing the mannequin challenge.
That's when you know that it's dead now, isn't it? That's when you know the challenge is done. When Hillary Clinton starts doing it. That girl is a real cloud.
Yeah, I just remember. And I always feel there's, like you said, there's a point in each challenge where it becomes just not cool anymore. It's the WAP dance eventually became.
Oh yeah.
That was a lockdown one.
I definitely didn't.
I did actually try it on my YouTube, and I was dressed in an eggplant.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Comedy golds. That was great. I know it, but I've never done it. I just know it from watching it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I need to go back and look at you doing that.
No, you don't. I don't even know why I've drawn attention to it.
People love it.
No, because I can't dance. So it's just me in an eggplant
But did you go for it properly? I can't remember.
No, I think I fell over and then hurt my knee. I'm old.
No, you're not.
Crippled my knee.
If you're old, I'm old, and I'm not old, so you're not
We're
old.
both the same age.
Exactly.
So. Young and sprightly. So we were 10 years ago.
We were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, seems like such a long time. Grow up so fast.
Time does go very fast. But we're here. We're talking about games today.
Yes.
You're a gamer? You like games?
I like the odd game. I definitely was gaming back in the day. And I must say, this is quite embarrassing for me, but I'm a phone gamer. I play a lot of games on my phone.
Do you remember when you came, when I first started YouTube, when you came to one, we played Apex. What did we play?
We played Clash Royale.
Clash Royale.
Yeah. And I still play it to this day. Have you ever played it since then?
No.
It's so good. I really need to get on it more and get involved with the community. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm really into it.
So you actually still play?
I still play Clash Royale.
Can you have leagues? There's esports, right?
Yeah. Is it esports?
I think they do competitions, but is it possible to be the best
Yes.
Is there leagues? And
Yeah, like there's the amount of trophies that you have, and then like you have clans. So depending on how many trophies your clan has, and then you go to war.
Do you have a clan?
Well, I was part of a clan.
Right.
I did get kicked out.
Why?
Because I wasn't going on as often as I should have. I wasn't contributing as much as I should have.
Pulling your weight.
I have started my own clan.
Okay.
It's one person strong, and that's me.
It's you.
I haven't told anyone
Can
about
you
my
name
clan.
your clan?
It's called Lychee Martini.
Oh, I love that. Is that your favourite drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
I thought it was quite a good name as well, actually.
Well, you should put like a post out. And be
I know,
like,
I will,
anyone
actually.
play Clash Royale?
Yeah, I really should. I kind of been a little bit shy about it. I
Just
don't
do
know
it.
why.
Own it.
Yeah, I play this.
Because it's so random.
Like,
I
I'm
like
really...
it.
Like, people will call my phone, and if I decline, then they know I'm going to war.
Oh.
So, like, my mum will... I'll call my mum after. She's like, oh, are you at war? I'm like, yeah. I was battling.
I remember when you taught me and it was this big castle.
Yeah.
And you use the different types of...
Yep. The soldiers.
Yeah, soldiers.
And then you got to get the king's castle down. Babe, it's a great
Is it a
game.
never-ending game then?
Basically. There's no,
can't-
like, storyline to it.
It's just building up your squad. Like your...
Yeah, like getting it to the highest levels, bussing up the competition, winning all the wars, and then like they add new players, don't they? Like new characters, and they have different things that they can do, and so then it's a challenge, and it's like with the updates, and they change like how much damage one particular character can do.
Yeah, the
So
updates are the worst.
yeah, like it gets me mad, but it's a beautiful.
So how often
beautiful
have you played it today?
I've definitely played it today.
Do you wake up and load up?
No, not anymore. I used to. I would have to like put it on silent because it's embarrassing when you hear the sound.
Have you ever been on a train and someone's seen you playing it?
No, because you can't play it like underground.
Oh,
You need internet connection.
Proper.
Yeah.
that's annoying.
But I'll play like I don't know, Project Makeover, which you think is like a like a clothing thing, but it's Candy Crush, basically.
Oh, is it? Why did they name it that then?
Because part of it is that you like dress the person up and make over someone, but it's all using coins that you make from basically playing Candy Crush.
I went through a Candy Crush phase
Yeah.
at uni. I went through the Kim Kardashian game.
Oh my God, I banged that out as well.
I was played for 4 months, really into it.
I spent money on that game.
Did you? Why, to get the new outfit and the hair? Like
Yes.
You get. Oh, there was this one leopard print outfit that I really wanted.
Was it like a whole like
I think
a
so.
whole jumpsuit situation?
Yeah.
I think I know
It was
which
on
one.
the,
you're
the
talking-
early days of the game.
Is that still out, that game?
Yeah, I think they're still doing all right.
Might need to just see what's going
You
on.
could go to the clubs. I went to Tao. And I
Oh,
went
yeah.
to One Oak.
Yes, but I feel like to give certain responses or something, you had to have a certain amount of gems or coins or
the
whatever
gems,
it is.
and then if you didn't have enough, you had to wait a specific time. So
Yeah.
you'd come back, and
I'm not trying to wait that time.
I know, but I would wake up and then be, oh my god, I've got the coins. I can do stuff now. I went in. That was my when I finished uni that summer, and obviously wasn't doing much because I finished uni. I was like, okay, Kim Kardashian's game's out. Let me play that.
And she made so much money from that as well. That was groundbreaking. What
I
she
remember
did.
everyone was playing it.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
None of my friends were. I wish I knew you back then.
Yeah,
We
I
could
know.
have really bonded off of something like that.
Over Kim K's game.
Even like Kardashian conversations. Like,
Yes.
I really bond with people over Kardashian conversations because there are a group of people that just don't like them for really.
A lot of people, yeah.
Well, yeah, a lot of people who just don't like them. So it's just like, when someone does like them, I like to talk about it.
I am the same. I also played Temple Run. Do you remember that?
Gosh, I love Temple Run. I used to bang that out high school. Can't remember what it was, but I was very competitive on it.
Yeah, I remember there was a phase, I was at uni and everyone was just on, you'd be in the lecture and I used to sit like quite far back so I could just get away with obviously playing Temple Run, and everyone is just there like not listening to the lecturer, just there like swiping on Temple Run.
Hop in.
Yeah, and it was cool. The cool thing was to post your high score once you got it on Twitter.
Yeah, I actually played it for the first time in a very long time when I was in New York recently.
Did you?
Yeah, like
I didn't realise it was still
it's still going.
out.
Me and my friends, we just had a random conversation. Temple Run was included, and we were like, I was like, listen, I can beat your score right now. Let's go. And I'm on the train, and the train is going side to side, and I'm like also going side to side on the temple run. And I did beat his high score as well.
You did?
Yes,
okay,
I did.
That's all right then.
Very competitive. Ridiculous.
I used to play what other mobile games? Words with Friends, which is Scrabble.
Yes, I still play that from time to time.
Whenever I do, though, it just makes me feel really stupid because clearly people know more words than I do because they're just winning at Scrabble.
There are these little trick words though, these 2-letter, 3-letter words that
and they've
you need
got
to
all
know.
the points. And they're not even like, I wouldn't class them as a word, but apparently they're.
Exactly, and you got to be tactical with it.
Yeah.
Hit those triple letters. You know, the double letters, hit the double words, Elz.
I tried to, after watching The Queen's Gambit, I was like, I'm really good at chess now. So I downloaded the chess game and I would play it with my friends. And then I got matched. So I did an online game and I got matched with someone and they were so good.
Yeah, you really learn how shit you are with chess when you play with other people. But I've got that app too.
Do you?
And I pay yearly for that. Do you know why?
You pay?
Do you know what? I used to be in the chess club.
Oh, so was I in year 4 or year 5?
I love that.
Was yours a bit later?
Mine was in the 6th grade, so that would have been year 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't really stay for long because I was like a gangster. Do you know what I mean? But also a nerd. You know, so like I
say undercover geek. That's
yeah,
what,
but I have to say gangster because that's definitely what I was.
Yeah.
So you know, there were certain things like I went to the Crown School for Law and Journalism, like. So annoying because it just like it was all academic and stuff, you know, but it's like I'm cool, like what are you talking about? But you know, being cool is being smart.
It's true,
really, that's the real
and
coolness.
you could have made the chess cool.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I could have been Queen's Gambit.
You could have. Did you go to any competitions like they do in Queen's Gambit?
No, I still love playing chess though. If you still have the app, we could make this happen.
But you're probably going to beat me.
Mate, I might not.
I have the first 2 moves locked down because you know you have the different formations and then it just goes to shit after that.
Yeah. But you know what? I take a lot of time between each move, even though it is timed.
Yeah.
But I do think about everything. And why I pay money for the app as well is because they have lessons. And when I like something, I get a bit obsessed with it. And so it's just like, I need to know everything.
Oh, you're learning.
Because I'm so competitive. It's like, well, not going to get me with the 3-move stick.
So you spent money on chess game. You spent money on Kim Kardashian. What about Clash Royale? Can you spend money on that?
I did. I spent not loads of money, but like, you know, like £5 a month. You know, when you get like, I spent £5 a month and then I get all these extra things. Did the Mario Kart game.
I was going to mention the Mario Kart game. Do you know what I clocked with that one though?
What?
It was, if you didn't press the screen, they used to just race as well. Like they wouldn't go off the track.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
It was quite easy.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. That is annoying. But you can play with real people. That's quite good.
You know, because when it first came out, which is when I played it, you couldn't play with other people, and that's the whole selling point for me was I could play with my mates.
No, you can now.
Okay.
Like during lockdown, we used to have tournaments. Me and like 8 other people. And we just all be going at it. Sometimes a call would come through and that would really mess up the situation. It's like, we had a point system. Like if you came 1st, 2nd or 3rd, you get this many points. We used to tally it up. We didn't win anything. I won a couple times and it was a group of boys. I was the only girl. And so I'm the only girl playing with Princess and just busting up the team.
Yeah.
Of course.
I play with Toad mostly.
Really? Toad's cute.
He's fast, light and fast.
Yeah. And he's got the mushroom, right?
Yeah, he's the mushroom.
Princess has the like protector thing.
Yeah.
The hearts around her. I
like Princess. When I don't know if you found the same thing. Like when I was gaming, when I was proper young at school, it was like year 4 or 5, and this is IT. So we had computers, but this is like the 90's, so they're old computers.
Yeah.
I think it was the 90's anyway. I don't know how old I am.
Do you know, I actually
10 years ago. So.
I remember when Macs like first came out, like the coloured.
Yeah, well, I had floppy disks. I remember floppy disks. Yeah. Right.
Good
Anyway,
time.
moving
Vintage.
on. Yeah, we had this racing game on our computers at school. And I remember I beat the boys and they were so angry with me. Like, you're a girl.
Yeah, well, they actually said that.
Yeah.
They didn't even have like the emotional intelligence to like keep that in.
I know.
You're a girl.
You're a girl. You shouldn't be good. But I loved it. I was like, yeah. And I beat you all.
Good. Like, so what if you're a girl?
Exactly.
That's what society tries to make us believe, innit? That's why you're here. You bust them up. You've got your gaming phenomenon, Citizen Game. Like,
that's why we've gone hard with the bright pink sofas as well.
I'm a girl.
I'm a girly girl.
And I'll fuck you up at Clash Royale.
So if you could pick then 3 games
Okay.
of all time.
Oh, not phone games.
They don't just have to be phone games.
Okay. All right.
That you've always loved.
I remember, I used to bang out Max Payne. Did you ever play it?
Oh my God, I've completely forgot that Max Payne existed.
I love a good storyline.
Same.
Yeah,
100%.
so I remember banging out Max Payne. I still have this level. I don't remember what level it is, but I remember being stuck at that for a very long time. It feels like it was an elevator or something. I remember banging out Resident Evil as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't really remember much of it. I just
Resident
remember,
Evil 2 was the one that
I have
stood out
no
for me.
idea which one it is. I just remember there was a room and an alarm going off and it was flashing like red lights.
Okay.
That sounds like
literally could be any horror game.
Yeah, that sounds like all the
Genuine.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And you know what? One that like always like has a place in my heart. Really, because it was like the only game that I had. I remember asking my mum for one of my birthdays to get me a Nintendo 64.
The best.
And she got me a Sega Genesis, which like is a great game and everything. But there's like a huge difference between those two consoles. You know, we've got a CD and then we've got a cartridge.
Yep.
Okay, woman, right?
It's like getting an Xbox or a PlayStation type thing. You
exactly.
Don't get them mixed up.
Or me asking for like a PlayStation 5 and you getting me a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, or asking for Adidas trainers and they get you Nike. It's like that.
Exactly, it's different.
Yeah,
and that other one was older. The Sega Genesis is old.
Because the Mega Drive, it was the Mega Drive.
Yeah,
was similar.
Yes,
I don't know if the Genesis was older or newer.
I can't remember. I just know that I was like, okay, you taught me manners, so I'm going to be grateful for this. But at the same time, Mum, this is not what I asked for. Like, it's like she went to the shop and seen
a console,
the cheaper version, and was like, oh, it doesn't matter. She could have any one of these. And the salesperson probably gassed her up and was like, oh, no, it's fine. Anyway, I say all that to say Sonic
the Hedgehog
was the game that I banged out, and I've got it on my phone as well, so I replay those levels.
Oh yeah, I do like Sonic, to be fair. But I always used to think with Sonic, I could play the first few levels and I'm fine. Then it starts getting really hard really quickly.
Yeah, it does.
And do you ever get it when Sonic's just spinning? And I don't know how to stop this. I don't know when he's going to stop. And he's just like spinning around the level and going around loop-de-loops and then just bashes into some spikes.
Oh, I know exactly. When he goes around the loop-de-loops and then
he's just going really, and he's getting the boost as well. And I'm like, this is all going too quick. And I don't know what's going on in my screen.
Usually I try and like find a place where I like jump up.
Yeah. You go like, you know, the caves, you can jump onto platforms from side to side.
That's usually, but I've definitely been there before and I've had to restart the thing.
You gotta accept it until you hit a spike and you bounce back and all your coins come out.
Yeah. And then I try and get the coins again. I run for the coins.
Did you ever play Spyro the Dragon?
No, I didn't.
It was really cute.
Oh, is that like an old school thing as well?
It was on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 mainly.
Yeah.
So you're a little purple dragon, Spyro, and you've got to collect. There's different things you have to collect. So you can collect. There's gems and then there's eggs. So if you got to collect the dragon eggs and free the dragons and send them back to like the good land. Yeah, it was a great game.
Do you know what I play now? Knack.
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 What is that?
It's.
What, is it on mobile or?
No, it's on PlayStation.
Okay.
It might be on Xbox, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's basically like an adventure thing. It's got a little storyline to it. There's like a young scientist, or is it his uncle or dad? Anyway, whatever. So there's a scientist and he has like a little soldier, but like he like starts out little and then he goes around like the different areas or whatever, and like he gets these artifacts and that builds him up to be bigger, and as you're doing that he's like, you know, beating things up, and you're beating things up and all of that stuff, and then there's enemies who you thought was in your camp. So there's betrayal.
Betrayal.
Yeah, it gets quite deep actually. Okay. I haven't finished it. They're relics, that's what they're called. Relics.
I like games like that.
Yeah, you like it, I think.
So the thing that follows the scientist around,
that's Knack.
Knack attacks things.
Yeah, you like
you're
in
Knack.
control. You're Knack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so you like,
Aw.
you know, it's really good.
I love that. I've been playing the SpongeBob game.
Is it good?
It's quite good. It's kind of like Spyro.
Oh, okay, all right. I might have to get into that actually because I want to play more games on my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it was free with the PlayStation Plus subscription. So I was like, I'm trying that.
That's right.
And I was trying
Free game.
I tried Planet Coaster as well, which is like, I don't know if you played theme park back in the day. And Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes, back in the day.
So this is like the modern version. So it's with really good graphics and you build your own roller coasters.
And is that like satisfying?
Yeah.
When you do that?
It's really stressful though as well.
Yeah.
And now there's so many mechanisms. You have to look at the profit and loss of your park. Wow. And you have to look at the feedback and people are like, there's not enough toilets and I'm hungry and things like that.
Oh my gosh.
And then you have to manage the staff satisfaction. So if there's not enough staff rooms, then they get annoyed.
This sounds like a roller coaster version of like Diner Dash.
Yeah, it is like that. And it is, and you can, when you're building your roller coaster, I was building one, and then you have to test it. So I built this really ambitious one, and I was like, yeah, there's a massive drop, and it goes, and then it does all the testing, and it tells you the nausea level of what a passenger would feel. And my nausea level was just like off the chart, and they're like, you can't open this ride, you have to change it.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and then I also built another one where I forgot to connect it at one point, so the testing carts were just flying off into a cave.
But there weren't any like fake people.
No, they had like dummies on, so it wasn't. No real people were hurt.
So you have to like make sure it's of a certain level before actual people go
before
on
you can open it.
Fair enough.
So it's
quite realistic.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
I met someone, they were a roller coaster designer or tester.
Wow.
Do they have to test like how the gravity works? You know, when you're going like round, because you know when you're at a big theme park, you're going up. I'm feeling like if I wasn't strapped in, I'd be dropping out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they like test it to make sure that doesn't happen.
So that it's all the balance is fine, and because it's all about physics, I guess, and movement and gravity.
I don't like roller coasters anymore.
I don't like spinny ones or drops. I don't mind actual roller coaster.
Yeah, like I like fast things. I'm scared of heights, but it's not even the height that kills me. It's more so the suspense of like going up really, really slow. Yeah. And then you never know when it's going to drop down. That just gets me.
Saw ride.
Oh my gosh, I was actually about to.
Park.
That is actually my favorite, even though I don't like roller coasters.
That's a really high one. You're going up, and you're
it's not even that high, but it's just that it's vertical, and then it does the.
Oh, that nearly gave me whiplash. I went a few weeks ago, and it was raining, and I was there, like, you know when you're excited, but it's kind of a nervous excitement because you're like, I swear, I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but when I'm queuing for a roller coaster, I'm like, what if I fly off the track?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what if that happens? Oh, okay, maybe it's just me then. And it was raining, so I'm like, surely the tracks are going to be slippery today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you still went on.
Still went on. You have to. It's like, what? I'm not, like, you have to. You're there.
It's true.
You got to commit to it. And I've also been queuing for ages, so.
Yeah. I'm always just thinking, oh my God, I wish I didn't have to do this. And I don't have to do it, but I always feel like forced, peer pressured. Same. And because like I'm a bad girl, do you know what I mean? Like I have to follow through. I'm the one that if it's a spin ride, then I'm just be like, guys, I'll take your stuff, and I'll be the one like holding everyone's stuff because I just get really bad motion sickness. Yeah. And I can't. Nowadays I have actually, like last time I went to a fun fair, I definitely vomited after going on one of those, like, you know, the high swing ones. Yeah. I just feel like fun fairs,
those ones the worst.
They just last for way too long.
Yeah. And I feel like the people controlling them are always trying to on a wind up.
Like those are the waltz.
Yes. And the ones where they're, you know, where you kind of like, you're all on the same, it's the rock band, and you're all on like a hammer type thing, and it just goes round from side to side, and you're all like,
oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about.
And the people on them, they're on a wind up always. And you can see them in the control room like laughing and looking up.
You just reminded me of another game that I love and has to go in top 3 other than Resident Evil needs to come out. Rock Band. Guitar Hero is close. It's basically the same thing. But it put me onto so many classic tunes that I would have never known otherwise.
I know these rock songs because of playing Guitar Hero.
Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana are just my favourite. But yeah, sometimes I'll hear a song and I'm like, that's from Guitar Hero. Yeah. And I know the Guitar Hero, the solos as well. I'm like, I would be going.
I'm there doing. Yeah. There's actually another game on my phone that I play, and it's very similar, but it's just like with your fingers, and it's basically the same thing.
It's not tap.
It's called BeatStar.
Okay.
Yeah, banging.
I've
Banging.
heard Beatstar. I played Beat Saber on the VR as well, which is good.
You know, these sponsored like posts and stuff, they really get me. You know, when you're playing one game and then it's like, oh, this is another game. They always get me. I'm like, how do you know what I like?
I don't think I've been reeled in. The only one I've got is the water sort puzzle.
Yeah,
and that's because my friend was playing it.
Got that as well.
You need to.
I'm a proper phone gamer.
You are? Really am. I have a couple. I've got Sudoku and I've got water sort puzzle.
Yeah, Sudoku. Just those two.
Yeah.
I mean, you spend the rest of your
time actually
exactly
on like a console.
Fair enough. We're here talking about games.
Exactly. So I have this quiz where I'm going to ask you a series of questions. It's the official EA Sims quiz, and we find out what type of Sims personality you are.
Okay, this is fun. I love Sims. Oh my gosh, that might be in my top 3. It has to.
Yeah, I love Sims.
I've got like 5 in my top 3.
You've got loads of top 3s. Okay, the first one is your dream job requires your own private helipad, a little chemistry, meeting lots of interesting new people, or masterful bulldozing skills.
Right, it's out of my own helipad and meeting loads of different people. Which one am I going for?
I don't know.
My own helipad.
Why not? Okay, which of these items would you rather wear? A suit, a studded collar, your heart on your sleeve, or a hard hat?
I guess a studded collar.
I think I'd pick that as well.
Yeah.
What is your ideal place to woohoo?
What's the option?
In a mansion that I built with my own 2 hands. In a bed, anywhere in public, or on a rocket ship 300,000 feet in the air.
Wow.
What are you going to go for?
In a bed. And what was the third one?
Anywhere in public.
All right, not that one. So, sorry, what was the first one?
In a mansion that I built with my own 2 hands.
But I don't want to build. I want it to be in a mansion, but I don't want to build it with my own 2 hands. That means that I want to wear a hard hat. I don't want to wear a hard hat. So I don't want that.
Well,
the rocket ship, that sounds amazing. Because I was thinking, hopefully you'd say something like, you know, somewhere
out
hot.
of this world.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll do rocket
ship. Okay. So what is the greatest thing that you can do with your life? Is it build a better world, make woohoo with everyone, set stuff on fire, or disregard Sims, acquire simoleons?
Disregard, no, I'm joking. No, definitely make the world a better place.
Build a better world.
Yeah.
World peace.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, which of these emoticons best describes you? Smiling, angry face, blowing a kiss, or sleepy eyebrows, which is like, they just look really tired. They've got bags under their eye.
Smiling.
Angry face, blowing a kiss, or sleepy eyebrows?
Well, it's going to be smiling.
Yeah, you're definitely a smiler.
Yeah.
Always happy. Right, so what are these Sims thinking right now? They're kind of like looking, they're whispering to each other and they're looking in the distance. One's whispering and one's being like,
okay,
what is that? So what are they thinking? Everything stinks. We're awesome. All we really need is some loving, or like question mark, like what?
I really like everything stinks because it's funny, but like not in
Could
real
be.
life.
It was me at Glastonbury when I was walking past the toilets. Everything stinks.
You and your mate.
Yeah. Those toilets were don't. I can still smell it.
Oh gosh, I don't like the options. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna throw that out there right now.
What are you gonna go for?
What was the third one again?
All we really need is some loving.
That one.
Okay. What kind of beverage are you? A milkshake? I'm a seething cauldron of rage. I'm a sweet smoothie, or water.
I like water because like it's a necessity. It's refreshing.
Keeps you alive.
Keeps you going.
It's
uplifts you.
Yeah.
Water.
Okay, water. The man is giving the woman a cow plant because, so in The Sims, a cow plant is like it looks like a plant, but it's got a cow's head on it.
Oh.
And if it spits out, if its tongue comes out and it's got a bit of cake and the Sim eats the cake, then the Sim dies.
Why have I never seen this cow plant?
I don't know.
Back in the day,
They're
did they
quite
have the cow
infamous.
plant?
Yeah. But why is he giving it to this girl why is he giving the woman a cow plant? Is it because he loves her? Or is it because he had it lying around the house? Because it's a weirder type of flower? Or because everyone knows that milk tastes better right from the cow plant?
Because he loves her.
Because he loves her. So he might kill her.
Oh wait,
I've already
happens?
clicked it now. So.
Oh shoot! What I stopped.
So
what
if the cow plant sticks its tongue out and it's got a bit of cake on it,
Yeah.
the Sims will always go and try to eat the cake.
and then they die.
And sometimes, it's not every time, but the cow plant will swallow them and sometimes they die.
Okay, sorry, I missed out that whole bit because I was just thinking about cake. I'm really
You
sorry.
just heard the word cake.
I totally, like, after you said cake, I really
And he had
stopped. I
tunnel
didn't hear
vision.
anything else.
Well, I clicked. It's because he loves her anyway.
Well, fine. Toxic love then.
Okay, which of these objects would you want to receive as a gift? Would it be a violin, tickets to the opera, a sandwich, or a key to a hotel room?
Oh my gosh, what kind of freaks?
One of the options is always freaky. I think.
Yeah, they love a woohoo. Tickets to the opera.
Tickets to the opera. Okay, the final one.
I love live music.
Which of these tickles your fancy the most? Universal critical acclaim, sexy tickling, the VIP section, or a staycation?
Oh, I like a bit of everything.
All of them.
The VIP section or a staycation. What was the first one again?
Universal critical acclaim.
That's the Leo within me. That's like...
I want to be respected. Or sexy tickling, you could go for.
I mean, I like all of that stuff. Love a staycation, love the VIP section, even though it gets kind of annoying and a bit samey.
Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even choose that one. Universal, well, just your finger's just going to slip on the first option. I didn't choose it.
It's been submitted and the result is loading. So you are a
friend.
daydreaming romantic.
Oh my gosh, that is actually me.
That means you often find yourself lost in daydreams filled with candlelit dinners, fireplaces, and totally awesome makeout sessions.
You would think that I chose all the woohoo options.
I know.
With this
Now that's nothing to be ashamed of, though.
Well,
you have the skills to make the world a more loving and fun place.
well, that bit is true.
Cute.
Yeah. I mean, and like what I do is I that's what I aim to do, make the world
Make
more
the
loving,
world a better place.
fun place.
But would you agree that you're a daydreaming romantic?
I would say that I am. No, I wouldn't say. I would say I used to be a daydreaming romantic, and I am like the person that's going to be like, no, let's think of like the positive aspect. But I'm also realistic as well.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
But I'll be up at 2 a.m. thinking of like random scenarios. You know when you meet someone like, oh my God, we'll get married one day.
Do you think, is it?
No, sometimes.
I think I'm a romantic for life, rather than like relationships. I mean, I've definitely been in long-term relationships in my life, but I'm a romantic when I just think about like life and like what people can do and what people are capable of, like in a good way. Like I feel like I do always see the good in people. And then actually daydreaming wise, I'm always thinking about like aliens and our purpose in this world.
Oh,
so
really?
So actually maybe that's spot on.
We're kind of the opposite then, because I literally am just like, yeah, if there's aliens, and if we're like in a simulation or whatever, cool, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just here.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just want to know, and I just want to connect. I feel like there's more connecting that we can do, and I don't mean with the aliens. I mean just like on a spiritual level. Like I just want to.
You're like, why are we here?
Yeah, like nature is a big thing for me. I love stuff like that. Yeah.
Very interesting. So I have a list that I found from thegamer.com, and they made a list of the most inappropriate video games in history.
Is Grand Theft Auto on there?
It's actually not, but these are more like just slightly weird concepts to games.
Okay.
So the first one is called Playboy The Mansion, and I have a photo here, and it literally got me so excited because it looks just like The Sims. I don't know if you can see it, but
it does.
It's basically, I'm guessing that's Hugh Hefner in his velvet red robe, and there's a few girls just in their underwear. It says the concept of the game, right?
I need to know.
Is you're running the Playboy empire. So you got to run the mansion, which is sick. Organize the magazines and maintain relationships with your colleagues, which I'm guessing is the Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
And the models, actually. So your colleagues and the models.
Okay.
So that's. I feel like
That's
this
pretty
game's
cool.
right up my street. It
yeah,
does look like an
I like
old
that.
one.
Does that exist still?
I guess you could find it somewhere, but it does look like an old game.
Okay.
Probably the Sims era, when the first Sims first came out. So there's no nudity or anything, but it's implied because obviously it's Playboy.
That sounds like fun.
I would play that game.
Yeah, I would 100% play that. I love the idea of that.
And I feel upset that I haven't learned about it until now.
Someone needs to send you this. And what console is it for?
There's so many weird games from when we were younger. I follow this page on TikTok, and it's just like retro games.
Is
and this
it?
girl like will pick. She's got so many. She just picks ones out, reviews it. So there was a Westlife game, and she put it. It was on the Nintendo DS. It was just a Westlife game, and the thing was just storylines, and all Westlife had obviously done a voiceover of the questions when they came on the thing. It was so cheesy, but it was definitely aimed at teenage girls.
You probably got it. Oh no, you said it was on a Nintendo DS. That just reminded me. I used to have a Bow Wow game, and it was,
I didn't even know he had a game.
Yeah, it was on the CD. If you put the CD,
the little is it the on like a CD-ROM?
No, like an actual like CD-ROM. Yeah,
for the computer.
Yeah, so if you put it in the computer, then a game comes up. You can play the album and a game comes up as well. It was really good.
No way.
I can't remember exactly what you had to do, but I know it was like very basic. You just use like the space bar to like jump and stuff, and you might have used the arrows, but you might not have as well. I can't really remember.
So funny.
You had to like dodge things and pick things up. Like it was actually really cool.
I loved games like that back in the day.
Did you ever play Neo Geo?
No, I know what it is, but I never played it.
I remember my big brothers, like when they came to New York when I was like 8, they had like Neo Geos, and you can change like what it looked like. So one had like a camo one and like a bright orange one or whatever. Like I ended up getting like a transparent kind of, so you could see everything that happened on the inside. I loved that.
Oh my god, I just remembered I used to play the Sabrina the Teenage Witch game on my Game Boy, and it was so good.
Neopets is what I used to play on Game Boy.
Neopets was good.
No, not Neopets.
Nintendogs.
No, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
A classic.
Definitely.
Okay, so the next game is called Catherine, and the concept is there's a main character who's called Vincent, and he's forced to choose between two women. They're both called Catherine, but one is Catherine with a K, and one is Catherine with a C.
I know a Catherine with a K.
Catherine with the K is very straight edge, so she's very like professional. She's got a good job, whereas Catherine with a C is wild and free, and she's more of a party girl. So the concept is basically he's torn between these two girls and the two personalities, and he has loads of weird dreams. And in the dreams, he's like in his underwear, and there's one weird level where there's a tower chase where a variety of enemies chase you up a tower, including naked, deformed versions of women and a creepy baby. I mean,
that one's very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd play it.
Yeah, that's not... Do we decide who he picks in the end, or does he decide that?
I would want to decide.
Exactly, because I'm thinking Catherine with a C, depending on where he's at in his life, might be a good thing for him.
It depends what he wants and like where he's at. And also there's nothing wrong with either one of them.
Exactly. 100%. They're both fine.
Yeah, they both sound great.
So it's actually quite misogynistic. Exactly.
Why does he get to choose? Maybe they don't want him.
Exactly. How do you know they want you?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Vincent.
Oh, I know a Vincent as well.
There's this other game called Mr. Mosquito. Right, and the concept is you're a mosquito. Mm-hmm. So imagine like this little mosquito on the screen, and that's you. And your goal in life is to get more people and suck as much blood as you can without getting caught. So
I would play that.
Yeah, I would, but at the same time, I get really bad reactions to mosquito bites. They blow up on my arm.
Yeah, so do I.
And I have to take like antihistamine and stuff. Yeah. So I'm thinking, it sounds like a great game, but also, what if mosquitoes that was actually people were playing? What if every mosquito in the world was someone playing a game?
It is possible.
And when you swat one, they've game over.
It's very possible. We could be in a simulation.
We could be in a simulation, and people are just trying to give us mosquito bites.
I mean, life is a game anyway.
It's true. And also, there's different levels.
Yeah.
So you fly around different environments and different people to try and suck their bloods. You've got to complete different challenges, and the to get to the end goal of getting to the blood, which is so rank. There's specific places, this is where it gets weird. There are specific places that you have to go on the human body to get the blood. Okay. And it can be awkward environments such as the bathroom, where there is a woman sitting in a tub completely naked. You have to go buzz around her chest and find just the right spot to land and start drinking the blood.
It's just off key now, isn't it?
It just
like,
took a
pervs
downturn
now.
It's after you were like, yeah, I played this.
Yeah, and I said it so quick. I play that. Do you know why? Because I get the bad reactions as well. I want to get into the mind of a mosquito.
Yeah, I need to understand maybe where they're coming from.
Why are you going on my knuckle for?
Yeah.
Why are you biting me on my knuckle? There's nothing really
I
there
got one on the bottom
you.
of my foot the other week.
Can I help you?
Yeah, why are you on the bottom of my foot?
Why?
Because then every time I walk, it's itching. No.
So annoying.
It's rude. So, would you still play it given the...
Yes. I would still play
it.
I'm sticking to it.
There's another one, which is just a bit odd, and I don't think I would personally play this one. It's called Drowning Simulator.
Oh, hell to the no.
They say it's more of an interactive movie type game rather than a simulator, since it always ends in the same thing as that you drown.
Game over.
So you play a man that gets knocked off of a boat, and the boat quickly ends up moving away from him. So it's gone. You're just in open water. And as a result, the man is struggling, kicking and screaming in the middle of the ocean. Your goal is to keep him from sinking underwater. But inevitably, the game ends and you always drowning. So between the initial fall in the water as well and you getting tired before you drown, this is really weird. You see the process of what happens to the human body if you were like drowning, and one of them is obviously you're stuck in cold water, your nails fall off, they can fall off of your fingers. And you see all of this in the game.
Well, this is educational, and I like that.
I didn't know that. I still don't know if I properly believe it. Probably have to look online at that.
Yeah, we need to Google that.
Fact check.
That's the only thing I like about this game. Other than that,
I think it would be very traumatizing and triggering for some people to play a game like that.
One day, I jumped in a pool, and I said I could swim, and I never had swimming lessons. I don't know why I said I could swim, but apparently like I nearly drowned. I don't really remember it. They didn't have to like pull me out and like resuscitate me or anything like that. But you know, it was I just learnt that day that I can't swim.
Well, Talia Ma, who came on this podcast, said that she also, when she was 17, I think, had drowned or had like water. Yeah, so a lot is happening.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
It's happening a lot.
My thing was like, it wasn't that deep. It was all right.
I
wasn't really traumatized. I was just like, they were laughing at me because I guess when I was in the bath as a kid, you know, I used to pretend like I was swimming.
When you're laying on the floor.
I thought maybe it was the same thing, you know. Clearly it wasn't. When your feet can't touch the floor, you do begin to panic sometimes.
So did you know how to swim, or were you just in the pool? I like the bravery though, just because some people get scared if they can't swim.
Yeah, I had no fear. Them ages there. Things have changed though, and I can swim now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one called Toilet Kids.
Wow, this sounds amazing.
Great. An unsuspecting child is sucked down the toilet, down into the toilet, and lands into a place of monsters, but they are made of poo, so they're poo monsters. And they just attack him on sight, it says. The goal is to fight through and get out of the land without being killed by the poo monsters. I mean, would you play that?
I might play it. It just depends on the controls.
I just would want to see what the poo monster looks like.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Yeah.
What are their attacking modes? How do they...
Because you would think it was splatter, but then you might get some like real tough ones.
Also, how is the boy surviving in a land full of poo?
How did he survive the suck down?
Yeah, that is the first question. It's probably smelling.
Yeah.
It's probably not healthy to breathe in the air of all the poo.
Yeah. I would play. But I might not play for long.
Yeah.
You know, and it depends, like, is it exciting to play or is it just like repetitive?
Yeah.
Do you remember those Olympic games that you just had to...
Yeah, you press the button. They brought one out recently for Tokyo.
Yeah, I love that.
I love those ones because it's literally just about reaction time. You know, they're like... Yeah.
Got my tactics.
Loved it. There is another one called Seaman.
Okay.
So like it's a virtual video game, pet video game, where you take care of a creature called the Seaman. It's not like not like that, but you know, like David Seaman, his surname.
Okay,
it's spelled the same as that.
Because when you said Seaman,
that's why I pronounced it like that at first.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I would say Seaman. You go so the Seaman goes through a variety of stages in its cycle, and you must figure out the appropriate care for the creature for each stage of its life. In its later stages, the Seaman has an uncomfortably human man face, which you can speak to via the Dreamcast's microphone. And it can actually speak back to you and tell you facts and give you insults and slightly threatening statements. And I do have a photo, and obviously people who are listening won't be able to see this, but just Google it, because it's a very weird looking fish.
Oh my gosh.
It's a fish with scales, and then the head is just a man's grumpy face.
Proper grumpy. He's not happy at all.
He's
Who
not
would
happy.
be happy?
And what is that thing on his head? Like a tentacle thing.
It looks
coming
like
out
a
of his
pig's
head.
tail.
It does look like a pig's tail. Yeah, so the Seaman also shares trivia with you about your date of birth. So I put, is it kind of like Alexa? It's like an Alexa. You
have to like take care of Alexa.
You do.
I think I'd play that.
It sounds like a Tamagotchi, and I'm right up.
Exactly.
I loved a Tamagotchi back in the days.
It.
That is right up my street.
Yes.
So,
I would love a Tamagotchi
despite being
now.
really creepy.
It's really creepy, but then I'm curious as well.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk quickly about just some throwbacks from the 90s that people that may be listening, if you're younger, you might even think though, it's an alien concept to you.
We weren't around for the 90s, even though we keep on talking about it. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Knowing so much about the 90s.
2002. So.
Same.
But also then might be some people similar age that will definitely know what these are. So the first one is a Walkman.
Oh,
Discman, Walkman.
The Discman, yeah. Definitely had one of those. You know, I used to want to be a rapper when I lived in Brooklyn.
Do you have a name?
I had two names. The first one that was given to me, but I didn't take it on, was Thugged Out Barbie, right? So I'm not joking when I say I'm a gangster.
You were the original Nicki.
The original Barbie. Barbs, yeah. And then the next one was Jules. That was like my one that I did for myself. Not Joel Santana. He was after, so.
And he was from New York as well, right?
Harlem, yeah. Oh. Trend setting out here.
Competition.
But I used to go on the train with my Walkman, listening to different tunes, probably Bow Wow, and I used to rap out loud in the hopes that someone from like
scouted.
a record label would scout me. But no one was working at a record label on the train that I was on going to East New York in Brooklyn, which still is like a place that people don't want to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so where did you live? Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So East New York is a part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, it was like, I used to go to school.
Is that near Queensbridge? Where's Queensbridge?
It's not far.
It's where Nas is from.
It's actually not far from Queens.
Okay.
But they're different boroughs. So, you know, like Brooklyn's one borough, Queens is one borough. But East New York and Queens isn't too far from each other at all. But yeah, I used to really make use of that Discman. And when I came back to England, my brother bought me, I think it was a Sony one.
Yeah, I had a Sony one.
Yeah.
Sony Discman or Walkman, and you used to have to carry around the booklet of CDs with you. Oh, yeah. And I have like, I'd zip it open, you'd have like, and you get all the CDs out.
Mm-hmm. I used to really struggle with like, I don't want to take it out because I like my actual, like the CD covers.
Yeah.
And the booklets and stuff
Same.
in there, yeah.
But also the CD covers always crack.
Yeah.
The plastic was so bad and they'd crack, or they'd come to like apart at the middle bit as well.
True, but I'd always like try and look through the booklet hoping that there's lyrics in there.
Same.
Yeah, that was the first
I used to write down the lyrics if there wasn't anywhere.
Same.
Love that. Okay. So the next one was a home telephone. Do you remember back in the day where, and I used to think it was so cool. So my friend had like a place where you plug in a telephone in her room, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, because obviously you had the house phone, which was normally
Exactly.
downstairs. So she had that, and then one time she got her own little, it was like fluffy pickup phone, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That is super cute. I would have loved that.
Yeah,
We
not that you ever
definitely
use
had.
it. Like, I would only use it to call my one friend. Well, I had obviously more than one friend, but I was only one friend that I'd probably call.
Really?
And I knew everyone's number off by heart.
So did I. I still know my friend Antonia's number 604.
Go and call her.
Yeah, go call her. Give her a call. Tell her I sent you.
01502. That was my local
Yeah.
area. Because London's 0203, isn't it?
Yeah. 0208. It's 0203 now. I think before it was 0207 and 0208 when I first came back.
0203.
We used to talk on the phone all the time. And I just came back from school, but we're talking for hours.
My mum would be on the phone for hours.
Yeah. Three-way? Did you ever go on three-way?
No, I didn't figure that one out.
Really?
That was really techie.
I didn't think that we had it. And then my friend told me how to do it. You have to press like star or whatever it was. And then it got like really toxic. So we'd be like, there'd be two of us on the call and then we three-way call someone else.
Yeah.
And one of us would stay quiet and then just listen to what the other person had to say. It was really bad. We were like 7-8-year-old girls.
The worst was when you were in mid-conversation and someone else in the house had picked up silently and was listening into your conversation.
You could hear it sometimes though, but
You could hear them breathing.
Yeah, it was a bit mad.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember Saturday morning TV? Because back in the day, Saturday morning TV was the thing, like Live and Kickin'. Because you weren't in the UK, you weren't here, but we had Live and Kickin', which was amazing.
Yeah.
And you would always, because I think nowadays with Netflix and on demand, you don't really have that. But every Saturday you would go and watch CITV was another one.
I remember
with Ant and Dec.
CITV.
Yeah, and Cat Dealey.
Yeah, I didn't watch it like that, but that was definitely like on its way out when I came back. But I just remember watching like Blue's Clues.
Ed, Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Lab, on Cartoon Network.
Recess, Rugrats.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo was a good one.
Yeah, that was
We used to have Sunday morning TV when we got a bit older. Do you remember T4 and stuff?
I remember T4.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be one of those presenters on T4.
Same, was June and Vernon. Was it Vernon?
And then Makita.
Yeah, Makita Oliver.
Yes,
Loved her.
and then Jamila.
Jamila Jamel.
Yes, who's like doing bits in America now, isn't she?
Yeah, Alex Zane as well was another one. Love that.
I think everyone's gone on to do like really amazing things.
Definitely. Do you remember padlocked diaries? Did you ever keep a diary?
I kept a diary. Yes, I did keep a diary. I'm a freak for stationery. I love a good pen. I love a good book. If you ever need to buy me a gift, then just let you know.
Like the smelly gel pens.
And yes, anything, as long as it writes good. But I did love the smelly gel pens, definitely.
The banana flavour was really
sniffing
pungent,
the
though.
page like a weirdo.
Yeah, we used to do that. I was always the kid at school that didn't have the pencil case because I thought it was cool and I'd have to ask someone to borrow their pen.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, can I borrow your pen?
Yeah, I got to that point at some point, but really, like, I love a stationery. But I did have it was like a furry cow print diary that I had, and my sister read it. And it's not even that I didn't tell her everything that was in it anyway, but she read it and snitched on me to my mum. Yeah, I know. And I'll never let her forget. That was the day that our relationship changed.
The trust was broken.
It was broken. She betrayed me. She hates it when I mention it.
I never
now.
kept, well, I always had the intention every New Year's. I think I would get a diary for Christmas and I'd have the intention to be like, right, this year is my year. I would get to about January the 6th. I was over it. But my one friend, she used to keep diaries for like years. And my favorite thing to do, because I went to boarding school and she didn't. So I would only see her sort of like every few weeks. And my favorite thing to do whenever I saw her was like, can I read the diary? And she'd let me read the whole thing.
Oh,
and I'd just be like it was a novel, like catching up on everything she'd be doing.
Did she do it like every day?
Every single day for years. Like 6 years
I
of
did
diaries.
mine every day. I still I keep like a journal.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
I've never done it.
It needs to come out at some point. Do you know what I mean?
I think I'd be so shook that it would get leaked or someone would find it and I'd be embarrassed.
But to be fair, I don't think I would put like all my deep dark secrets. I think I just
more just like how
say
you're
like
feeling.
how I'm feeling. Yeah. Imagine that one night.
That one night. Okay, let's do one more, which is Blockbuster. Do you remember going to Blockbusters?
I never really went, but I always wanted to go. I always kind of felt like that was like a real expensive thing that people did.
Well, rent the movie.
I know it wasn't expensive, but like it just felt like, do you know what it was actually? We used to get bootleg DVDs.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it was. I'm thinking, why didn't we ever rent movies? No, we would go to downtown Brooklyn, and there will be the bootleg guy selling the bootleg DVDs, and that's how we get it. And you might see a person walk across the screen when you're watching whatever.
Yeah, but it's just
film.
part of the...
It's part of it. You hear the people laughing.
Yeah, in the cinema and the popcorn and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I just remember I would go to my friends like on Fridays sometimes, and we'd get a takeaway pizza, and we'd go to Blockbuster, rent out a movie, get some popcorn, and we go back and watch it.
Oh, I love
It was the best. Sometimes you could rent video games as well. So one time I remember I rented Tony Hawk American Wasteland, and you had 2 days, so you rent for 2 days, you have to take it back. I completed the whole game in 2 days.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
had
you
to. I was
had.
under pressure.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't
loved
even
it.
know you could rent games.
I was
as
sad
well.
when Blockbuster went out of business.
I just always thought like I'm never gonna bring it back.
No, but was some magic to being able to, like, it was exciting to go and pick out a movie, and you'd have to properly think like what movie we're gonna watch, and then you could go and get the Ben and Jerry's and the popcorn, and
Oh, that sounds like a good time that I never experienced.
yeah, it was a good time.
I was too busy buying bootleg versions.
Living it up in New York.
Yeah.
On the rapping on
What?
the
I seen
the
that
subway.
2 years ago. Yeah, rapping on the stoop.
I'm so dead. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I've had a lot of fun.
It's been great. Been talking about games. I just love the fact that you play Clash Royale.
Yeah, still to this day.
I still can't believe I've not played it since you tried to teach me
can't
about 3
believe
years
you.
ago. I was like, yeah, I'm fully gonna play this.
Did not play
Didn't.
it. We could have been in the clan together, going to war.
Maybe I'll join your lychee martini.
Yeah,
your
oh my
clan.
gosh, join my clan, Els.
I'm gonna be terrible though.
It's
I'll let
okay.
the side down.
I mean, you'll be better than anyone else that's in there, other than me, obviously, because we'll be the only two.
We'll be the only two.
Do you know what? When I leave here today, I'm putting it on the gram.
Well, so hopefully whenever this podcast comes out, you might get a few applicants. So if you
Yes.
play Clash Royale, go and join Joella's lychee martini clan.
Join my clan, Lychee Martini. It's really good. I'm really good at it. So just
Amazing.
know that. And I donate. That's another big thing.
Oh, that's
Got to
good.
donate like troops.
Yeah, I would need the donations.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
You can find you everywhere. Joella Noble.
Yeah.
Just about
Yeah.
living
On the
life.
street.
Living life.
Smelling paper.
The gel pens.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And thank you everyone for listening. See you next time.